Oh man, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my first site season 14, episode 9 review, guys. Let's go. Let's get it. Olajuwon, and Katina. Olajuwon, Isaac, or whatever, whichever one you want to call you. But Olajuwon, you disappointed this week. The one thing I will say is this: I'll give you the grace is because I feel like there's a way there the producers are presenting you to be, and I feel like they're chopping little pieces of conversation and making it to one thing. That's the only thing I'm giving you. That still doesn't excuse your tone. That still doesn't excuse your delivery on how you speak to Katina. But nah, there's no excuse about it, honestly. It's just I feel like they're trying to portray you as something that's I can't say far fetched because I don't know you from the nothing. But I'm not gonna sit here and be on down on your neck and be like, oh, this is who he is. He's so self-centered, he's so selfish, he is so egotistical. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, you might be a little self-centered. It's presented to be, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you grace in the sense I see you're trying. You want her to do better, and it's the fact that in your part, the way it's being portrayed is that she's not putting her best foot forward. So I get that, but to me, it still doesn't excuse your tone. It still doesn't excuse your way of talking to her. Let's start it off with the first thing we saw was pretty much where Katina make a little web scene, camera scene, just saying, oh, I'm about to get some, go to the groceries with my husband, for both of us, and then hopefully he don't get on my neck about what she brought home. Okay. The next thing we saw was Katina and Olajuwon talking about, they was given assignment this week by the expert to basically, it was a question from how many times have you been in love? When do you know you're in love? What do you look for when you're in love? How do you know you're in love? So pretty much, to basically sum it up, Katina was like, listen, I want somebody that's loyal to me. I want somebody that I could be vulnerable with, somebody that I know I got my back, somebody I know I will contact no matter what situation. That's the first person I want to call, whether it's good or bad news. And Elijah was like, I want somebody that is devoted to me, somebody that's loyal. I'm like, okay. And then the fact that he was like, I think the ask was like, oh, do you see us being in love? Listen, I feel like with Olajuwon, he's not gonna say he's in love or he's getting there because he doesn't want to give Katina any type of, I don't know why, but whatever. He doesn't want to give Katina any type of, I can't say happiness, any leeway that, hey, I'm there with you. And then the fact that she's not putting the effort that he wants from her when it comes to basic necessity that she needs in life, especially regarding having a partner. So I get that part. Also in that scene where Olajuwon was telling Katina, hey, listen, I get why you trying to get your wall up, but I need you to be able to be vulnerable with me. And I feel like they both are, he wants to open more to her. She hesitant, he's hesitant. I'm like, okay, you guys are physical check. I know you're trying to get that emotional connection, but for me, something is not adding up. It's like, I personally believe like there's more behind the scene we're not seeing. Also in the after party, when Jasmina was like, listen, that scene we just saw is not what is what we perceive what happened. That's not what actually happened. Jasmine was like, she basically called me after this conversation they had, and then what you guys see is not what it is. That's why I'm like, see this, and the whole thing with that whole scene at the dinner. Because they had went out dinner, they had a chef cook for them, and then they was learning how to cook and stuff like that. And then Elijah, oh, this is the best cook, the best food that you ever cooked for me. You never cooked for me like that. And then I kind of felt like that was kind of a dig, but it is what it is, whatever. And then the fact that also when Jasmina said that, I was like, because when you look at that scene, literally the background did not match the conversation. Listen, call me crazy, call me, oh, you just writing his tell code. Oh, it is what it is. It's just my personal view, and that's what I think. It wasn't matching because if you look at it, they started from say 2 o'clock, and by the time this conversation ended, it was dark. And listen, they had their meal full. Their plate was full. By the time this conversation finished, there was no plates in sight, and then they drink was either halfway or was a little bit left. So you mean to tell me there wasn't more context to this whole conversation between all of them? You really think this conversation really happened within 30 minutes, an hour, that for him to say what he said? And how we do not know they were triggered by production to ask certain questions, knowing what's gonna rile him up, or the fact that they wanna get a emotional teary eye, Katina crying boo hoo Olajuwon, he made her cry again. He's disrespecting her, he's belittling her, he doesn't know how to do this, he just doesn't know. Honestly, listen, the man is, none of them are perfect. Elijah is far from perfect, but I will still stand on my stance is that I feel like production portraying Elijah in one way, and they're gonna stick with it throughout the whole scene. Is he helping himself by saying certain things, or his demeanor? No, he's not helping. He's not helping whatsoever. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, this is exactly what happened. This is exactly who he is. This is exactly what was said, and that's what I know for a fact." No, I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna play devil advocate and be like, "Listen," especially when the scene is not matching what is being reciprocated back during the conversation. I'm not gonna go ahead and be like, crucify the man. I'm personally, that's just me. I always, usually, most of the time when you are being portrayed negative, in my stance, I feel like there's a reason why, and then it's either you give them no character whatsoever, no personality whatsoever, or you do give them and they're gonna run with it, and it's like, and you gotta keep up with it. If you even try to keep up with it, they're gonna chop and screw every little thing you said and done, and making sure, case in point, Alyssa, as much as I don't like this girl, but I'm gonna try to, I'm trying to give her a benefit of the doubt, even though she ain't helping herself. But this is why, honestly, I'm just looking at all the couples, not just the couples. I'm looking at the expert and the producers. Like, yo, you guys know what y'all doing. Like, come on now. Listen, the jig is up already. Like, come on now. But that is all that I have for Olajuwon and Katina. Next couple we're gonna be moving on to is Michael and Jasmina. We get it, Jasmina. There's a certain tone that you're looking for. There's a certain way you expect Michael to talk, or to expect anyone to talk to. We get it. If they do not have that tone that you are looking for, you're going to talk to them like a child. We get it. Listen, if by any chance that I am wrong on my analysis of this conversation between you guys, my bad. It's just like, it just looked like it went from 0 to 60. The man just asked you, girl, how can I communicate with you? How can I communicate with you? Because you tell him, listen, you have a tone I don't like. And the man is asking, and you turn around, make it seem like you just need to know basic communication skills. You need to know how to talk to someone. And then I would say this, what Michael says, like, there's different ways that what he said to one person, somebody else might interrupt it a certain way. So he's asking you, if I say, hey girl, and then somebody would like take offended to that, and then I say, hey girl, to somebody else, they're like, hey girl. So it's like, he's just asking, I don't know, but I don't know exactly what transpired between this whole scene. But it seemed like you just went from 0 to 60 for nothing, girl. But we did see a more sensitive, I guess, more caring side. I can't say caring because that's judging you. But we see more a vulnerable side, even though I kind of look at you sideways because, baby girl, I felt like, listen, I don't, because if you had to cry, I feel like it was going to be over dramatized for nothing. But to me, it's like the fact that you reach over to him. It was more of a okay, baby, not like baby, oh my sweetheart, come here and stuff. It's like is there's two ways like looking at like okay, my little puppy, cut it out. Listen, I'm being too much, but honestly, that scene to me wasn't it for me personally. I just feel like there's so many things that irks this girl about him. And I don't know, is it because their personality are alike that they're not gonna see eye to eye. She like a certain tone, he like a certain tone, and the fact that neither is willing to budge is not gonna help this couple whatsoever. But the fact that one of the questions was like, how do you know you're in love? This girl was like, I'm giddy, girl. I know you get it. I think your friend said it too. It was like when she really feeling, you'll know she feel you. But why is it the show is showing it like he irks you like you? I can't say repulse, but you just don't want him near you. Like, okay, let me get my words correctly. It seems like you tentative to him when it's needed, meaning that when people around, let him grab your hand, caress you. But it seems like once y'all behind closed door, it's like, dude, get away from me. Don't talk to me, don't say nothing to me. Just ask me how I'm doing and call it a day. That's what I'm pursuing. I'm assuming that's what it's showing based on that. I might be off, but that's all I'm saying. That's my little observation on what's being transpired between you two. Listen, I cannot wait for next week episode because if what is being chopped and screwed for next week, and if this conversation is exactly what is presumably what it is, girl, I don't know how. I'm trying to have grace for you. But it's just basically gonna validate my point was you're not attracted to Buddy, and it's okay. You're not attracted. Just let him know, but do not act all standoffish. Like it's him, it's him, it's him. It's like no, boo, it's both of you guys. Okay, Jasmina. All right, girl. Next couple we have Mark and Lindsay. I'm gonna start calling her Escalator because all she does is rise up, and as soon as you call her on her BS, like her husband does, she wants to play the victim. Like, girl, come on now, come on, Lindsay. No, you can't do this. Listen, is he wrong for checking you? Is he right for checking you at the bowling alley? Heck to the no. No, honestly, he should never have done that. I felt like he had no choice but whatever. That was last week. That was last week. But this episode, this was so awkward to me. I don't know if it was the morning or the afternoon. And then you guys are like talking about it and then saying that, okay. She was like, listen, I feel some type of way. I feel unappreciated. I feel uncared for because you going through so much BS. You are forgetting me. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense because he is abandoning her. And in my head, I'm also is like, okay, it's the fact that he is sexually not gravitating toward her like he used to, and that she feels some type of way about that because I feel like it's like she not getting her way with him. So guess what? She's gonna emasculate him every chance she get. And I'm like, you can't do that, Lindsay. And then you want to throw in his face, hey, I did this for you, I did that for you. But as soon as you mad at him, oh, you cannot even dance, you piece of thing, da, 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 you don't do this and you da, da. Like, we can't know, Lindsay. Listen, you're kind. Remember, you were saying, Alyssa was like, I'm such a kind person. I'm such a loving person. So why is it that, like Mark said, yes, Lindsay, you are a caring person. You are a loving person. But on the tone of that, you have a way where if you're not getting your way, you twist it and twist it. If you're really, truly a good person, if you do something out of the goodness of your heart, you will not sit here and throw it back on their face, and especially things that are vulnerable, things they're going through. That is why they told you, because of the fact that they was comfortable with you. They did not know you was going to throw it back in their face. I'm like, girl. But anyway, anyhow, she was like, listen, I'm all the way back. I'm only have 1%. And then marking his crazy style was like, oh, okay, at least it's better than one. I'm like, oh my God, Mark, You yourself said he is playing in egg and shell with her. Like pretty much this man is like, I know she's gonna explode, but I don't know what else to do. I'm like, is it because the fact that she homeless and then you haven't figured it out? So maybe once this 8 weeks, which is the 5 weeks left, you at least have a temporary place until you decide, nah, they ain't gonna work. Is that what it is? Because like you yourself said, you are hesitant on confining to her anymore. It's like, but you turn around and then cook. You not cook. You went to take her sushi because that's her favorite thing, and you went to show her appreciation. I'm like, why didn't you been tell her you appreciate her? Is it that you appreciate her for what she been doing for you as far as your mom, your grandma, and holding you down? Or you just doing that just to do it, just to get by, to coexist? Honestly, I feel like a lot of you guys are coexisting for nothing. I can't say for nothing, but y'all just coexisting because hey, there's the light at the tunnel, there's agenda, and I just need to make sure I get through that journal. I'm like, okay. But honestly, Lindsay, this episode, I'm like, oof, girl, he's like, why don't he just call it quits? You already kind of sort of call it quits with your 1%. But if I was Mark, I'd be like, listen, this ain't gonna be working out. You say it's not gonna work out, so why are you not telling? He said, nah. He said that, and no, he said that if we're not able to communicate better, this not gonna work out. Oh, obviously, duh, y'all not gonna be able to work out because you guys cannot communicate. Because whatever she says to you, you will be like, no, that's not how I want you to talk to me. And then whatever you said to her, she like, no, that's not how I want you to talk to me. That's not what I want you to say to me. It's like Mark the shark has become Mark the fin because you're not a shark no more. You like a little soft, precious little mammal that needs to be patted because Lindsay is treating you like a, whew, I don't want to say it. But Mark, run, 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 run. Because there's no way. We're going to end with Noah and Steve. This episode started off with Noah doing a treasure hunt for Steve to pretty much, he had to go through, I don't know where they are, but I'm assuming somewhere downtown of Boston, where he pretty much had to do a treasure hunt and then she met him and stuff. I thought that was sweet, but I still feel some type of way about her behavior of, I can't say ghosting, of basically just walking out and don't give any reason and they want to go and cry or express your feelings on social media and then not call the man like, hey, I'm okay, but I just need time for myself. Okay, girl, but okay. Listen to it. My bone to pick with you is the fact that you are so core stuck on these 3 kids, and also the fact that it seems like you want this man to constantly be like, hey, I love you, I love you. Girl, it's 3 weeks. I know it's okay for you to say that, but the man's like, he doesn't want to. And I think also the fact when they was doing the exercise that the expert had them, and the fact that he said he was in love a couple times, and I feel like you feel some type of way about that. I'm like, girl, why you feel some type of way about that? Doesn't mean you need to push him. But I'm like, hey, that was her green light to gaslight him, because I feel like she forced him to, I can't say that. It seems like he pretty much just said, I love you, just to shut her up, because she's complaining about, I love you, but you don't love me. Like, this is not what it is. I'm like, oh my God, boy. I don't know, girl. I'm just basically give my analyzation on what I perceive on the show. I might be off, but girl, I'm just like, woohoo, okay. And Steve is just riding the horse just to ride it out. I'm like, he's expressing himself, articulating himself in the sense of his calmness, and he's not degrading you any sense. I just feel like there's gonna come a time where, hey, the man's gonna explode, because he gonna get so frustrated with you about your behavior that he just gonna be like, I can't do this no more. And I hope it's not, because you guys could coexist, could last long, but like all of us, we all have our own things we need to work on. It's just, I felt like all this couple say they was ready, but really there was so many things emotionally, financially, mentally. You guys had to work on yourself first. But that's not here or there. So hey, it is what it is. But Steve, listen, if your wife want paper trail, show her paper trail. Just show her something. I feel like she will not be on your neck if you just show her, this is my plan. This is what I want to do in the future. It's like she says in her confessional, I don't see no actions. All he's talking about, he's talk. But he's not putting any action. And the fact that she work from home, she will know you don't do nothing at home. She knows you're not doing nothing at home. So stop with the talking and talking. Put your plan into action, buddy. I do. I feel like Steve is basically trying to play nice, meaning that he's just saying, he's just doing everything so that way, once this debacle of experience is over, this process is over, it's gonna go down the drain for me. It's like, but I'm hopeful for you guys. It's just, I don't know. There's something that I'm missing. Maybe I'm not reading the television correctly. I'm not getting the vibe that you guys are giving. Because me personally, I feel like there's more to this situation that we're not getting from you guys. So I don't know, guys. But let's time for prediction. Okay, we're gonna start off with Noah and Steve. I think you can both will say yes on decision day. Will it work long term? Depends what you both are willing to compromise, are willing to put on the back burner for now and deal with, honestly. If you guys are both willing to put your pride aside, yes. If not, nah, ain't gonna last a year. Olajuwon and Katina. That goes for the same way for both. I do believe both you guys are gonna say yes on decision day. Can you guys work long term? You both have to put your pride aside and just deal with it and be a willing participant, be a better person for each other. Mark and Lindsay. Do I think you guys should say yes on decision day? Heck to the no, heck to the no. Do I think you guys gonna say yes? Yes. Why? Because Mark need temporary residence. But he's only gonna be dealing with her because for those few weeks after decision day, he needs a place to stay. And then while he looking for a house or apartment, he needs a place to stay. So that's the only reason why he's saying that. He ain't gonna be, it's not long term. This is like short term for him. Jasmine and Michael, listen, it's been a no for me since the wedding. It's gonna be a no decision, no. Run, everybody, run. Well, that is all, folks. Thank you guys so much for listening to my little craziness of spin on Married First Sight Season 14, Episode 9. Bye, you guys. See you guys next time. Have a great day.